O au maui atu nunu e mama. Ala maia se I fai so tasao. E tu manu. Tu pulang a Samoa. O au maui atu nunu e mama. Ala maia se I fai so tasao. E tu manu. Aile tu longo longo. No taolana tupu tupu a eto ufono fono. Lauanga I fanua. Uati ua ita ua pa alo alo. Alofa inai matua. Talale toea ina. Sole alo malu faiva.
Talofa lava, good evening and welcome to another segment of Empower Her with Miss Samoa Queensland Incorporated. Fatalofa atu, umaufolofa atu, e lato umolo o mai mua mai, ilungo le Facebook, ma le YouTube. Fatalofa atu fo'i, e lato lo o mata mai tolo ta avale me fato ama navanga luenga ya malo lava le na lue ya via le alofa male anga le o le atua ya fai wino fo nga luenga le nei aso tofile nei aso sfulu tolo uni lua felu sfulu male fa ya ole tato pokala mele nei po olo ya la malo fa kitoa. I have a special guest tonight. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Fuimono Silia Naiautai. I will be your host tonight. And I have a special guest tonight. Thank you to my special guest for coming along. Otherwise, I'll be alone tonight. So tonight, the topic tonight is preserving Samoan culture. So before we get into that, I would like to welcome our special guest and my co-host tonight. She is a senior working study coordinator at Headspace. She is also a Miss Samoa Queensland advisors and a media team leader. So please welcome to the Empower Her program, Larissa da Vai o Manu. Talofa lava, Larissa.
Talofa lava. Sorry, hi. Talofa lava, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity, Celia, for having me here on the segment tonight. Thank you, Pasifika Radio, as well, for having us here. Like Celia said, my name is Larissa Marie Ada Vaiomanu. My parents are my dad is from Pasifika and Mulifangua, and my mom is from Faleasiu and Kafikoala Safaka.
Oh.
Yeah.
Risa, were you born in Samoa or here?
No, I was born in Sydney. So
you're kangaroo.
I'm kangaroo, yes.
Kangaroo. New South Wales.
Yeah, New South Wales, yeah. But yeah, I was born and raised in Sydney.
Yeah.
We moved over to Brisbane in 2013. Yeah. So we've been here since then. Yeah.
Ah, wonderful.
Yes.
Welcome to Empower Her segment.
Thank you.
This segment is happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. here on Pasifika TV and radio. We will get in to find out what Larissa do here in Brisbane after this video of our sponsors. Yeah. Malo lava whawhitai. You are tuning in at another segment of Empower Her with Miss Samoa Queensland Inc. Tonight we have a guest here, Larissa. But before I ask Larissa this question, I would like to mention all our sponsors who help support Miss Samoa Queensland. Thank you so much for your generous donations. It is your help and your hands that help this committee do their work, and also continue to do this platform for our young women here in Brisbane. So Larissa, thank you for coming again on the show tonight. I would really like to know what you do in our community, like in profession wise.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So basically, I'm a senior work and study coordinator up at Headspace. So Headspace, what's it called? We help young people with mental health issues between the ages of 12 and 25. So basically my role is we have young people who are fresh out of high school or who are wanting to get into employment or education. So we support them get into their goals, like obviously reach their goals. Most of the young people that we see is young people who have anxiety or trauma from past experiences. So we try and help them get into again employment. We also have clinicians at our office and psychologists as well, and we just try and manage them and help them out with their barriers with mental health issues, youth mental health. Yeah.
So you're not new in the community. You're well involved in especially in a youth.
Yeah. So my background. So I've always done a lot of community engagement, which involves youth. Since coming out of like high school, so I've always been around youth, young adults. I've been with seniors as well. So just my biggest thing for our community is helping them reach their end goal. So I'm so passionate about that kind of stuff.
You know what? I'm so glad that I met up with you. Interesting story. Interesting story on how I came about and met Larissa. It was just outside of our office. Our offices are like right next to each other. And I think the Lord has answered my prayers, leading her to my to my office, and we actually are connected in a way of really have that passion of supporting our young people here in Brisbane. Do you have any much Pacific Island?
Like a caseload?
Yeah, caseload. Pacific Island?
Not much. We do have. We have young, like kids who are in school, who obviously have been referred to our programs, but we don't have much young people who voluntarily just bring themselves in or like self-refer themselves. But we don't have much.
I don't.
I want to see more. Like I want to see more. But
I don't know if I want to see more, because that's a good sign.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
it's a good sign though to see that it's. Even though we there's a good service that Headspace are giving, but I think it's a sign that at our youth, I guess it's been well looked after by their parents, I guess. But I know that there is reality of life and what our young people go through these days, and mental health is not new. We all experience that, even us adults. So it's not something that we hide away and not discuss. It's a topic that's been up and around for years now. So I'm glad that you came on the show. But also, we're going to watch this video of you on a weekend. On a weekend, you had a church culture event that I really wanted to go. But I didn't end up going. But I want to watch this video of Larissa. And then we'll come back and talk about that. Whaitai la le sa whatinoina le sulatonga. O le sulatonga ia o le se o le atu lawa I le vanoia le Risa whaamatala mai. Can you tell us a little bit about the event and what you did? Because I think some young people watch you on TikTok and they're like, why is this girl yelling?
I attend a church called Hosanna Church Brisbane. Sorry, excuse me. Hosanna Church Brisbane, and I serve as a leader in Ola Auna ministry. Okay. And our program was a fundraiser because we're trying to fundraise to go to Samoa for our conference in January. Yeah. So this was one of the easiest fundraisers, but I guess also challenging because even though most of, like, I guess 90% of our ministry are all born and raised in Samoa, there were that 5% who weren't, which was, I was part of that 5%. So the experience from that was something that I'll always remember because it was my first ever time speaking like that in front of a crowd of people. But so the whole point of our program on the weekend was to fundraise for our trip to Samoa for our big conference that's in Apia. Yeah.
Wow, and you chose to do the sulakonga. What made you choose to do the sulakonga?
I actually didn't choose. They told me to.
Oh, they told you?
They told me. So each of us had given like parts to do, and they chose me and a few other girls to do a sulakonga.
Oh, okay. So, if you're watching this show, it's coming live straight from Brisbane. You were watching Larissa on that last video of a culture event right here in Brisbane, and she was doing a sulakonga. But actually, my understanding of the sulakonga is, you know, the iatonga that we use. Samoa used this iatonga back in the days as money. That was our money. We use it for everything. This was before money came in. So when somebody die or someone get married, another family will go take iakongas as part of gifts, you know. So when they are like holding the iakonga and present it to the family, a woman do this job called the sulakonga, meaning singing about the actual fala, the tongan, the konga, and they sing those words. I don't want to translate what she was singing.
I guess it's almost like a poem. You're like singing out like a poem. That's how I found it when I was like learning it. That every last word rhymed. So I think that was probably why it was. To me, I just found that it was more like a poem, like a screaming out a poem.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Like, you know, I started tearing up when I heard it. Like I said, I never see a young one who was born outside of Samoa do a sulakonga. I mean, I see older women in Samoa do it, and this is the role that is done by women. So mahalo lava.
Thank you.
Nice. Yes. Okay, we're gonna watch now a video of the Ola Auna.
Ola Auna Ministry.
Ola Auna Ministry here, right here in Brisbane, and their culture event on the weekend.
Tupulanga Samoa, o au maui atu nunu e mama.
I'm
Ia e pei o le to loa e lele I whea e maau lava I le vai. Nei e te lele wha moe moe o nei fui alo le atu nuu sa alo atu I le wiki e nua mawai nei. Now I'm going to ask Larissa. Larissa, how does it feel, you know, taking part of our culture, even though, you know, you're doing it together with your Okalavo church, but how does it make you feel doing that?
It makes me feel so proud of like who I am, and also proud of being Samoan. For someone who was born outside of Samoa, it's so important to me because it's part of my identity, and it's also important to me because I want to keep this alive for our future generations and our current generations and our generations that are coming. So I guess being part of this cultural program, it meant a lot to me and my growth as well as a Tamaitai Samoa. Being able to speak the language as well, although I'm not the most fluent, but I try my best to. You know, at any opportunity, I'd love to use the language. So I guess for me, the way I felt doing that and like and the program, for me it was rewarding, and it was my growth was I was just like I'm on top of the world.
Very proud Samoa.
Yes, very proud.
Very proud Samoa. Oh, did you watch Moana's video?
Oh yes.
Her talk about her tawalunga and what, you know, preserving our culture, preserving our sivas, preserving our music, our stories and everything. You know, I like that. I only watch.
I got emotional.
Because of Moana.
I got emotional. She's so good.
We're gonna watch another video now of our Miss Samoa Queensland pageant. If you haven't purchased a ticket, please go online on Try Booking. You can find a link on all our social media platforms. Purchase your tickets while there's still tickets out there, because it's selling really fast. Our very first Miss Samoa Queensland pageant, and here's the flyer or video. And if you needed more information about the pageant, you can reach out to us. There's a flyer there. Reach out to us on any of our platforms, or you can email us on msqld685@gmail.com. So I guess before we close, I wanted to mention some of the challenges you face these days. Why some of them is like hard to get in and learning the culture. As we are driving this topic this month of preserving our culture, we have a few groups that are be coming on the show, Empower Her show, and just talk about what they're doing here in Brisbane in helping preserve our culture here, right in Brisbane, and especially for our youth here. And I think, Larissa, I don't know if you're, I think it's about the generational differences. You know, we have our grandparents and our parents who are very passionate about, you know, the tradition, and, you know, like they're so rooted in that. But then our children that are born here, like, that's just not the same. And then I think that's when the clashes come. So having these groups of OSIVA, community group, it's very, I reckon, Lasso, what do you think?
I think I think it's great because when we, like, so I feel like the generation now, it's okay to be different. It's okay that we, you know, we don't have, that we might come across that we're not Samoan enough. It's okay. As long as we're learning, as long as we're embracing it, as long as we are implementing Samoan in us everywhere we go. So everywhere we serve, I feel like it's really important that that we keep that alive. Being the differences with, like, having that breakthrough of younger generations and then our older generations. Like for me, I've always been passionate about learning, and I want that for our young people, because I see my parents, like, you know, everywhere we go, we have our parents written on our heads, and
I think we are so lucky here in Brisbane. There's a lot of dance groups that they've been around for years. Some new ones, and some have been around for years, and a lot of our young ones now are all enrolled in that, learning the sivas, learning our music, and even your church are doing alaunga and get right into it, you know. I think it's important. I think it's something that we need to start talk about it, you know, and we're so very, very grateful for Pasifika TV and Radio, who has helped us provide this platform here so that we can come out here and talk about our how to preserve our culture. What have we still got, Samantha? Before we close, can we play that culture video again, please? Sololo. The culture one. The church culture one. We're going to end it with this church culture one because I think the song is so beautiful.
Nice.
And then after that, we will close.
Nice.
Welcome back. You're watching Empower Her segment on this Thursday night. Yes, that's our show for tonight. Before we go, I just want to say, Larissa, thank you so much for Thank you for sharing your experience and your knowledge of how to empower these young people to, you know, continue to learn about their culture, learn who they are, and connect to their true identity. Thank you so much for coming. Do you have any final saying?
No, just thank you as well for having me on the show. Very grateful to be here, and thank you for the opportunity.
Great. Don't forget to purchase your tickets for our pageant, 27th of July. It's available online on Try Booking. The link is on our MSQ pages, Facebook and Instagram. Please go and purchase one. Other than that, thank you to our sponsors and Sulolo for helping us tonight. Thank you for our sponsors for their continuous support. Samoa, and thank you for all those viewers who are watching us tonight. So far, so far.
Tupulanga Samoa, o au maui atu nunu e mama. Ala maia, se ifai sota sao. E tu manu, aile tu longo longo. pua e toi tau fono fono. Lauanga I whanua. Ua tiua I ta ua. Paalo alo. Alofa I nai matua. Tala le toi a ina. Sole alo malu.